welcome to PCube, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians. Today's song is a request from one of our supporters on Buy Me a Coffee. This song is from Peter. Thank you for your song request and for your support. This is Steely Dan, Aja, if I'm saying it right. But we haven't done any Steely Dans on this channel, so I'm excited to start it. I have no idea what we're gonna hear, but I am interested anyway because Aja is like very intriguing name. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm also very excited to see it, especially because of the name. Yeah, the name is sounds really interesting.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So this is kind of a long one, so I'd say let's go and get it started.
Up on the hill, people never stand. They just don't care. Chinese music under the banyan tree. Here at the Dude Ranch above the sea. Asia, when all my dime dancing is through, I run to you. Up on the hill, they've got time to burn. There's no return. Double helix in the sky tonight. Blow out the hardware. Let's do it right. Asia, when all my dime dancing is through, I run to you.
Okay, let's just pause here on this beautiful harmony. Oh my God. First of all, I think I said it wrong.
Yeah.
It says Asia in this one.
Yeah.
But I checked the pronunciation. I was okay. Anyway, Asia. But oh my God. Oh my God. I have so much to say. I was so intrigued and like captured and captivated by all the harmonies from the first chord that he started playing. I was not expecting to hear like a jazz harmony progression, and then when the piano came in with all those other instruments, and what I loved about it was that like everything had such a I know it's a studio version, so it's kind of expected, but you don't see that in every studio version of every song, that every layer it's so clear, like the tone, it's like has like such a crisp and dry sound, but at the same time they're blending together. So I think to me that was so interesting because I could just like hear everything so clearly, his voice, his instrument that they were playing. So I love that about it.
Yeah, also for me was first of all, I was surprised with the interesting instruments that they were using. Not usual instruments. You would hear so many unusual colors in this song, and that's exactly the reason that for me this song until now I see it. I mean, I heard it so visually, and it was for me something really visual, and it was so colorful for me. I could really see colors through when I was listening to it, and one of the reasons was exactly this type of the instruments that they were using. And yeah, it was so visual, and it reminded me also a little bit like impressionist. If I wanted to see some pictures or paintings, it would have been like that, that the colors and the lights and stuff are really important, and you can see everything in yeah, it has this kind of vibe to me until now.
Yeah, it was very interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna talk a lot. We just wanna listen to more of it for now.
I run to you.
So I think we are kind of like back to the beginning harmonies. Oh my god, I don't know why I had a feeling they're gonna go on. Usually when it's like a longer song, it really like I can expect that they're gonna go on kind of like a longer instrumental section in the song. But I would say even though it's I don't know what they went for, because from like jazz harmony, like hearing that and also the instrumentation, you would expect, okay, they definitely want to go on like an improvisation journey. but to me everything was so well planned. It really felt like every like little motif, the choice of instrument, how they arranged the order of instruments for everybody to get their like moment. It was very well planned and like organized, and like it was kind of like thought of, with a touch of like having that free feel of improvisation. So I'm guessing this is like a composed like song. I don't know what they would do on a stage on a live performance. Maybe they change some of the stuff, but in this version, it really felt like they thought through everything, and that felt really good because even though all the layers or most of the layers were present, for the most part, you could really hear the one or two things that would stand out. And I love that the piano would like kind of bridge everything together. It was so well coordinated, and I don't know, so nice to hear.
Yeah, exactly. And I also loved so much the every harmonies that they were using, the sometimes change of the rhythm that they did. And as I said, it's so colorful, and I see it really as a color. Every instrument represents a color. The way that they use the brass instruments, the color that they chose for it, and you know, the piano that's just does this like glissando sometimes. It's like all of them are there not to play a melody or to play a, you know, solo or a big part of it. They just add like this much. They come a little, like a little dot, to just add a little color to it, a big picture, exactly like impressionist. That they, for example, if they wanted to, I don't know, make green color, they would use like blue and yellow dots, so that you see it as a whole like a green, or some other stuff like that. And I could really, first of all, I completely forgot that it wasn't an instrumental song, because the instrumental part was so powerful. Not only it was long, but it was also so interesting and powerful on its own, that I was like, there was also a singer in it. I don't remember. Yeah, I could really imagine myself in a, you know, like a sunny day, and everybody are outside sitting on cafes outside or something, and there are also some musicians there, and playing a street like music. And exactly, I could imagine that it could be like this, and it could really match the vibe of
Interesting.
that.
Yeah, okay, let's go to the last part of this.
Up on the hill, they think I'm okay, or so they say. Chinese music always sets me free. Angular banjo sound
interesting.
I know. I was
I
like,
think the
that's the end.
the usage of the singer, I mean the singing part was exactly also like the usage of the instrument. I mean, the singer was just another instrument, I
Yeah.
think, in this thing. From his special color of voice until this little amount of places that he sings, but also exactly the way that he was singing and the places that he was singing, or the melodies that he was like using. So like, I don't know. So it was more a color and more an instrument than just singing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. The ending was super cool because throughout the entire song, I would say there was no such thing. I mean, maybe there was, but like it was not that many of like really strong cadences that you feel like, okay, we're getting to an end of a phrase, like harmonically speaking. I know there were sections like maybe like one or two verses and then a long instrumental. I feel like the structure was like that. It was not like a verse chorus, obviously, structure. And then he came back and I think it was almost the same lyric, maybe with some changes, but harmonically speaking, whenever you would like anticipate a little bit of a cadence or like a feeling of relief in the harmony, they would delay it as much as they could. And even at the end, like the cadences or like the last chord of those sections were like, oh, okay, I'm surprised. And then I feel like that's why the way that also it ended didn't give me the feel of, oh, okay, I will resolve. We are like got to a cadence that we can just relax now. I was like, oh, okay, it's just gonna fade away with the drum solo, I guess. And the drum solo was really interesting. Now that I'm looking at it, there are so many short videos like suggested to me that drummers are playing that drum solo. So I think that's like maybe a famous part of this song, but I'm not sure. But I love the drum solo, but I would say I love that instrumental section in the middle of it, I guess, because we are not drummers. I don't know. So we cannot maybe appreciate the genius of like the drum solo. I'm sure there is like so many interesting things that happen that we cannot really maybe understand in the first listen. But to me, that instrumental section in the middle was just like so beautiful. I could listen to the whole song a lot, like back to back. And I feel like I know you talked about like how it felt for you that, oh, you're sitting in a cafe and then you hear that people like musicians like play that on the street, or I don't know, but for me it had such a like a luxurious feel to the song. Yeah. It felt like, oh, I'm just in a like super fancy place, like very elegant, very very luxurious. I guess that's the best word that I can describe that. I don't know why. And maybe I think it was the harmonies, honestly, and a lot of the chords, the 9th, 11th, 13th chords that maybe, I guess, like in classical music you hear them, but not this many times and not in this structure. So that's why I think whenever I hear jazz chord, I'm like, oh my god, they're so cool because they still have that mysterious feeling for me, because I'm not too much, like I don't know that much, or I never played that much of like jazz music. So whenever I hear the chord, I feel like it still has the mystery for me. Whenever, especially like in classical music, especially if I had played that piece, when I listen to it, I mean, I can still enjoy it, but it kind of has lost that whimsical and mysterious feeling for me. I don't know if that's the same case for you, but especially if I remember all the struggles of like learning the piece. So whenever I feel like if I love a piece so much, if it's a piano, I try not to learn it. So I don't hate it. But so I think that's why like jazz music to me is so like magical, because it's just, I don't know that much about it.
Yeah, exactly. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, it was the tempo, that I think a reason that it gives me this kind of atmosphere, or this kind of picture, was that even though the tempo was so relaxed and it wasn't like I wouldn't say it's a fast song, and you could really hear this relaxedness, and I don't know if it's a word, but this calmness of a sunny day, that it's like in summer everybody are chilled, no university, no work, you're just relaxed, you have no stress. But also at some places, like exactly the drum solo, which sometimes it was using the faster rhythmic figures, or like sometimes subdivision or something. It gave also this feeling of, it's not a calmness in a static and like just sitting kind of calmness. It also has a movement, and it's also has this alive feeling of it, and like moving and going forward. And yeah,
that was such a cool, I guess, introduction for us to Steely Dan. I don't know if that's their most famous song or not, but if you guys have any other suggestions of them, please let us know. But really enjoyed this one. We hope you did as well. Thank you, Peter, for your song suggestion again. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and drop your comments below. If you want to support us more, there's a Buy Me Coffee link in the description. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!
bye.